everybody, this is Keith here of Euphoria Pictures. Welcome back to my channel. So I haven't actually done one of these videos in a while, an actual horror haul. It was meant to be a lot more than what it is going to be. I was meant to get the Hatchet trilogy in. I thought I would have had it well by now, but unfortunately it still hasn't come in. I bought it from a third-party buyer from Amazon, and them things are so random, you just do not know when you're going to get them. There's no tracking, there's no nothing with them. So unfortunately I can't show that box set off today, which is a shame, because I really am looking forward to seeing it. I heard one or two good things about it, and then one or two not so bad good things about it. So but still quite excited to see it. So let us not waste any time, let's get on to the haul. And to start off, we've got an Umbrella release from Australia, The Haunting. This is a Jan de Bont movie. Jan de Bont's the director who brought us Speed and Twister, sorry. I find the film to be okay. Some of the acting is actually not great in it. Catherine Zeta-Jones is not the best in it. Liam Neeson is always so reliable. Owen Wilson is just Owen Wilson. And I actually do like your one, Lily Taylor, is that her name? She actually puts in a good performance in this movie. It's an okay movie. I remember actually enjoying it a hell of a lot more in the cinema when it first came out. It hasn't quite aged as well, but there is some fantastic set pieces in it. The CGI looks very, very dated in this movie, it has to be said as well. Some very dodgy looking scenes in it. But no, it's not a bad movie. The transfer on it is fantastic. The soundtrack on it, the DTS 5.1, is it's a showstopper. It actually sounds phenomenal. But I always remember this movie sounding phenomenal, even in the cinema. So very bass heavy soundtrack on this. But yeah, it was, you know what, it's for, you know, €12. Yeah, I was happy to pick it up. So yeah, that is the first film tonight, The Haunting. Now this one was absolutely fantastic. Great to finally revisit this film again on Blu-ray. So we got Tales from the Crypt, Demon Night. It's such a fun movie. If anyone hasn't seen the film, it stars Billy Zane, it stars William Sadler, Jada Pinkett is in it as well. But it's basically William Sadler is kind of like a demon slayer. He has this key, but it is a key, but it's also a container that holds the blood of Christ. And Billy Zane is a demon trying to get this key off him so they can kind of basically destroy the planet and bring the darkness back. And this whole film kind of takes place in a hotel, and it's all about, you know, Billy Zane trying to get into the hotel. But the blood of Christ actually stops. If they put a drop of blood on a doorway or a window, the demons can't cross it. And this film it's a great film. It's unbelievably funny. It really has some absolutely fantastic funny scenes in it. All down to Billy Zane, it has to be said. He is absolutely fantastic in this movie. And this is actually quite a nice release. I never heard. It's a company called Cinema Cult, and again, I'm getting the impression that this might be Australian. So please do leave down in the comments if you have heard of this company. Sorry, I'm kind of curious to know where it's from. I definitely think it's Australian though. But you get a nice slipcase with it as well, which is quite cool. So yeah, Demon Night. So much fun to revisit this movie again. I had not seen it in years. So yeah, that's Demon Night. So my first steelbook of the week I got as well. This is actually a real nice one. It is Sam Raimi's Drag Me to Hell. This film, just like Demon Night, has so many funny moments in this movie. You definitely can tell, there's no question, that this is the director of Evil Dead that's done this movie. Again, if you haven't heard of the movie, it's a very simple premise. It's a bank teller that refuses to help this gypsy kind of woman out with a loan, and then she kind of puts a kind of a gypsy curse on her, and yeah, this kind of creature comes after her, or mythical creature, I don't know what it is, but comes after the girl all during this movie in hilarious fashion as well. Some absolutely phenomenal scenes in this movie. And again, the film didn't do that well in the box office, which is actually quite a shame, because it deserves a lot more attention than it actually did get. The steelbook itself is absolutely beautiful. The picture quality on it is great as well. The sound is fantastic. DTS HD 5.1. And it was just a great all-around. Like I said, if you're a fan of the Evil Dead movies, this is an absolute no-brainer. This would have actually fit in the Evil Dead universe if they actually choose to do so. Great movie, and the steelbook is absolutely fantastic as well. So yeah, that is Demon Night. Right, I have a film here now that I haven't actually watched yet, but I've seen the trailer to it. It actually looked quite decent. So it's a film called Before I Wake. Again, I can't talk too much about the film. All I can go tell you is the trailer itself and what I've seen, but it has an interesting premise. I think it's Thomas Jane stars in it, and there's someone else that stars in it. I think she's well known as well. Kate Bosworth stars in it, and they've lost their son. I think it is. They lost their son in some sort of accident, or I don't know whether it was like a disease or what. But yeah, they lost their son, and they adopt this child. But they find out that when this child sleeps, his dreams come true. So when you do watch the trailer, there's a bit in it where you see Thomas Jane and his wife, and they actually see their son that passed away, and he's actually in their living room. And all of a sudden he kind of just disappears because the child has woken up. So of course, I presume, now I'm just presuming, that this child is going to start dreaming some terrible things, and I'm sure they are going to come true for Thomas Jane and Kate Bosworth. So yeah, the trailer looked decent to it. Love this digibook from Germany. Another fantastic digibook. Germany, they're just absolute masters when it comes to digibooks. And yeah, can't wait to watch this one. Very excited about it. My expectations are a bit up for it because I was impressed by its trailer. And yeah, I'll probably bring this up again in maybe another haul video in a week's time and give my thoughts on what I thought of it. So yeah, that is Before I Wake. Right, so up next is my only 4K horror film I got this week. The Witch Next Door. Now there is another name, I think it's called The Wretched in America, I think that's what it's called. But in Germany it's called The Witch Next Door. Again, this is another digibook, it's a 4K disc. Now, just a word of warning to anyone that does actually like this movie and goes out and buys it. This 4K disc has no HDR, no Dolby Vision, none of that. It's just a standard 4K disc. Now, I watched it, and it looks beautiful. It looks beautiful, but I imagine it's going to look very similar to the Blu-ray. You definitely can tell that there is no HDR on this disc. Now, this is the second time this has happened to me, where I bought a 4K film from Germany. I think it was actually Dog Soldiers. And it had no HDR on it, and that disc looked absolutely terrible. Now this does look nice, but you can clearly see that there is no HDR on it. But yeah, another digibook again from Germany, and this one is gorgeous. The artwork is beautiful. I love the whole all gloss black finish to it. This film was actually a surprise. I had no idea it was going to be as good as it was. It is what it is. The Witch Next Door. It's this kid, the family lives next door to them, or this family lives next door to this other family, I suppose. It's a father and his son, and this witch basically takes over the body of the mother of the family, and she basically feeds off children. She does, but she does this thing with all the adults, and she puts this kind of spell on them that the adults kind of forget that they even had children. And all that, and then yeah, she actually literally feeds off children in this movie. There was actually elements of this movie. I have to admit, when I watched this, there was elements of Fright Night in this movie. This whole thing with it, like, you know, there's a vampire next door. The man is spying on the neighbours next door, and there's a lot of that going on. And I definitely did get a Fright Night vibe off this. And you know what? It was a good film. The teen cast, it's mostly a teen cast in this film. There is a few adults as well, but the teens actually do a great job in this. Very well acted. It had a low budget. I think it had a budget of 1.2 million. Grossed over a little over 5 million. And I think they were very satisfied with that as well. It was considered quite a decent hit. And I have to admit, this was a good horror movie and some creepy scenes in it as well. And if you're, again, I said it, if you're a fan of Fright Night, you might get a kick out of this. So yeah, that is The Witch Next Door, and a very nice digibook as well. Again, the disc is nice. It is nice, but I imagine the Blu-ray is the exact same. So yeah, just a word of warning on that one. Right, so this is the part of the shit that I picked up this week. This one was a real letdown. I was actually really looking forward to watching this movie. So we've got One Last Call. So what drew me to this film, now I did see the trailer to it. The trailer looked half decent. But what really drew it to me was Lin Shaye is in this movie and Tobin Bell. And I just said to myself, wow, that just, like, the two of them on the cover as well. And I was like, wow, that's an interesting cast choice. You know, you have Jigsaw and then you have the girl from the Insidious movies. And yeah, it instantly drew me in. But then, unfortunately, when I watched the movie, it definitely looks like that they were very limited when it came to the budget in this movie, because between the two of them, they probably shared screen time for around 20 minutes. They're not in it near as much as they should be, but instead it is this terrible, terrible teen cast that could never hold a movie themselves. It was just awful to watch. But it is a stupid premise as well. I didn't actually realise how stupid it was until I started watching it. But yeah, the kids in this movie, they were basically harassing Lynn Shay, and she committed suicide. She couldn't kind of deal with it anymore. And so Tobin Bell tells all the kids to come over to the house that she's done something in a will for them. And then they find out that she left them all 100 grand, but all they have to do is stay. Tobin Bell actually buried her with a cell phone. So all the kids have to do is actually ring the cell phone and stay on the phone for 1 minute. And then you know yourselves what's going to happen when as soon as they ring, hell comes calling. But yeah, it was a very poor movie, terribly directed, woeful acting in it as well. And the script is absolutely terrible as well. So this one was an absolute massive shame, because I really was looking forward to it. And yeah, this one's definitely not going to be looked at again. This was a 1 out of 5 kind of movie. Awful. Hated it. And then we've got a 0 out of 5 movie. My God, this movie is awful. Countdown. It's an app that predicts your death. And of course, yeah, when it ticks down, you're dead. If you've seen One Missed Call, if you've seen The Ring, you've seen this movie. I've seen it so many times. The acting is absolutely, it's atrocious in this movie. I cannot believe that these films even get made. I read up all about this movie. I should have listened, because I'm sometimes when it comes to horror movies and you read, I'm terrible for when I read bad reviews on especially horror movies. I tend to disagree with some of them, but unfortunately I should have agreed on this. I should have listened on this one. It's awful. I'm not even going to talk about it much. It's just a god awful movie, and stay clear of it. And like I said, it is like The Ring. It's like One Missed Call, but it's just nothing near as good as good as them movies. Well, nothing like The Ring, that is. So yeah, Countdown. Yeah, god awful. So right, so just to show you again. So yeah, the haul this week was Countdown. Oh, sorry, The Haunting, Tales from the Crypt, Drag Me to Hell, great steelbook, Before I Wake, The Witch Next Door, One Last Call, and Countdown. Now, like I said, I was chuffed with a few of these this week. Some great movies to pick up, but these two here, unfortunately, they were just god awful. But luckily, I do have plans for these. Right, so that's everything for the week. So as per usual, if you did like this video, please do give us a thumbs up. And if you could, leave a comment down below and let me know what you think of some of these movies. And I hope to see you all again real soon with my next video. So take care, folks out there. Stay safe. Bye-bye.